What's up guys, welcome back to Virtual Reality, to the VR and AR weekly news. So let's check out the list here. What do we have? We have an arcade version of Resident Evil 7 VR. That's very interesting for 4 people. Then we have Audica PlayStation VR release, Five Nights at Freddy's more content, a new headset by Varjo. Then we have a cool PlayStation VR adventure, Separation. And Ironman gets finally a launch date, Ironman VR. Boneworks is completely playable for the developers, and Oculus Quest gets an update. Also, I will tell you all the best VR sales and releases this week on all platforms. My name is Voodoo. You can find everything about VR and AR on this channel, so subscribe, hit the bell, and don't miss anything. Thanks to my sponsors, Wood Goes VR, Oppermann Events, Peter Wassmeister, Ronix, Andi de Velzer, and VR Ambassador. Let's have some fun with the news and let's go!
VoodooDE.
Resident Evil 7 VR gets an arcade experience, but unfortunately only in Japan, in Tokyo. So if you are close there, or if you will be there in the next weeks, go to Tokyo to the Plaza Capcom. I don't want to spell this. I have no idea how to spell this. It's called Biohazard 7 Walk Through the Fear. And it's a 40-minute experience where we can play up to 4 players, 2 to 4 players. And then we have to solve some tasks. We have to work together. It's a room scale experience, and we have weapons, and we can kill some very creepy creatures. I would really love to try that, but unfortunately it's only in Japan. Audica finally gets a release date for the PlayStation VR, and it's not in the far future. It's the November 5th, and you will be able to play it on the PlayStation VR with the Move controllers. And this is one of the better Beat Saber clones. Of course, everything is about music and about rhythm, and strike the rhythms and hit stuff in the rhythm. And this is really cool. So you should play it when it's out in November. So I can recommend this. Check it out in November. Five Nights at Freddy's VR gets a DLC, and this is about a very giant version of Freddy Fazbear, and you have to defend yourself, of course, and it will, of course, have a lot of jump scares, because this is a horror game and a very scary one. So there are these animatronics that will jump into your face and do a lot of jump scares. Unfortunately, it's only announced for the PlayStation VR so far, but I think it will also be for the Oculus Quest and perhaps for the PC. The rumors say that it will be out around Halloween. That makes sense, of course, because of the horror stuff. I'm really looking forward to that. If you didn't try Five Nights at Freddy's VR, you should if you are a horror fan. New headsets from Varjo. But before you be happy, you need a lot of money. So there are 2 headsets, VR2 and VR2 Pro. So what's the difference to the old versions VR1? So the displays are better. It's a combined display of 2 displays actually. So the focus display is a small one. It's ultra sharp. It's sharper than everything you've seen before. And the other peripheral view is shown by another display. So this is ultra sharp, but it has disadvantages. For example, you see the difference between the 2 headsets. So this is a disadvantage, of course, and it has a very small field of view of 87 degrees. This is ultra low. When you compare it to the old Rift and the old Vive, it has 110 degree, and this is even smaller. So crazy. So what's special about this? Of course, the 2 displays, and it has Steam VR tracking, and also it has integrated eye tracking with auto IPD. Very interesting. And the difference between the VR2 and the VR2 Pro is that the normal VR2 has 5-meter cables and the VR2 Pro has 10-meter cables and integrated hand tracking and a counterweight for your back head, so the weight is spreaded above your head. So check out the price. The VR2 is $5,000 and the VR2 Pro is $6,000 plus base stations, trackings, controller, and support license of additional $800. It's available today. So guys, who should buy that? I have no idea. Even simulator fans. Why on earth should I use such a small field of view? It kills the immersion. So this is a problem for me. However, you know that's available now. If you want to buy it, just go on. But for me, this is of course much too expensive. There will be a new PlayStation VR adventure that's called Separation, and it will be released on January 2020. So what's this game about? You start in a desolate area in a desert, and you search some obelisks, and you are on your way to the Temple of Sorrow. What that means, I don't know. However, this game is not for everyone because it's a strange design, as you can see here. And it's about an exploring game. Like I would say something like a walking simulator or so. And it will have 2 hours of gameplay. And there is no word of release on other platforms. So it will only be on the PlayStation VR. I think I will try it. It looks interesting. I love these games where you don't have to shoot all the time. So yeah, if you're interested, January 2020, Separation for the PlayStation VR. Finally, Ironman VR gets a release date, and this is February 28, 2020. Interesting, very interesting. I already tried that game on the Gamescom in Cologne this year, and it's really good. It's totally great work for the PlayStation VR with the Move controllers. It's a cool action game, so you should really try it. Interesting news from Boneworks. The developers say that you can play it from the beginning through the end now. And this is interesting. It's not a gold version, it's not the final version, but now they can start fixing bugs and checking out what's not so good, what could be improved. But you can play the whole game now. It will be, they say it will be released on Q4 2019, that's now. But I don't think this will be true, to be honest. I hope so, of course, but I would say at earliest Christmas. But guys, I already told that in the weeks before, don't hype this game too much because we don't know anything about this game. We only saw some very cool physics interaction, but that's not everything a VR game needs. They need a good story, good graphics, good content and stuff. I won't hype this too much before I played it for myself, so let's check it out soon. Boneworks. There's an update for the Oculus Quest that improves the casting quality and latency, and the guys from Upload VR say that this is really improved. This is very good because before that we had some problems with artifacts or with latency and stuff, and now you can even cast it to older Chromecasts. Before we only could cast it to Chromecast Ultra, and now we can use the version 1, version 2 and Google Nest Hub, for example. And now you can start the streaming from inside the headset. You don't need to use your smartphone app. This is really cool. So I really hope this will be really better now. Let's talk about the new VR releases this week. So on Steam VR we have Noise. This was already playable as non-VR version, and I played it and I didn't like it. It's very boring, and there's a strange noise and you have to follow a signal. It's not fun, but it's only €3, so this could be something for you perhaps. Then Spectro, I already played that, and it's really cool. We have to hunt ghosts, we have to catch them in a trap like with Ghostbusters, and then we have to find clues, we have to find secret exits and stuff. It's awesome, and it's $16.79. Tunnel VR is an experience where you race in very fast speed through a tunnel in virtual reality, and it's €3. There's nothing released on the Oculus platform this week, so let's directly go to the PlayStation VR. We have Warzone VR. This is a shooter where we can play some maps and different stuff like team deathmatch, free for all and stuff. And yeah, it doesn't look so good on the screenshots, to be honest, but we can play it with the aim controller, and this is interesting. It raises the immersion, and it's only $16. Very interesting. And then on the PlayStation VR, we have virtual reality. This is a mix of very cool mini games. I totally love that. I already played that on the Google Daydream headset, and crazy. It's really great. You should try it. You can use the Move controllers, and it's €22. That's it for the releases this week. Okay, then let's check out the sales this week. Let's start with Steam VR. We have Superhot VR. It's 33% off. Very cool game. Then we have Garden of the Sea. I just showed that on my channel. It's a very chilling adventure. We have a garden. We have to feed creatures. And it's only $2.49. It's 50% off. You should definitely buy it. Then we have Kitty Pocalypse. And this is a tower defense game with kittens. Very strange. And it's 55% off. Then on Oculus, we don't have anything this week. But on the PlayStation Store, we have a lot of stuff because they have a horror Halloween sale. And let's start with Five Nights at Freddy's. It's 30% off. Very cool. A Chair in the Room, scary horror adventure, 30% off. Intruders Hide and Seek. It's a you have to sneak, you have to be quiet, and stealth adventure horror, 60% off. Borderlands 2 still in sale for 40% off. The Door is a virtual reality escape room experience, is 62% off. In Death is also still in sale for 50%. Bow and Arrow game. Torn is a cool VR adventure. It's 50% off. The Persistence is a horror permadeath adventure shooter, and it's 50% off. The Exorcist Legion VR, this is also very scary. It's 33% off. Killing Floor Incursion is a zombie shooter, very brutal. It's 50% off. Moss is also still on sale. VR jump and run adventure, 50% off. Then we have Apex Construct adventure with shooter elements, 50% off. And still on sale, Doom VR, 50% off. Very good. And this is great. One of the biggest virtual reality games ever, The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim VR, it's 64% off. So if you want to have a game where you can play like 100 hours, it's possible here. And the last one is Don't Knock Twice. It's a very scary virtual reality adventure, I can tell you. And this is 60% off. You should try it. Yeah, guys, that was the weekly news this week. Thank you to my new memberships, YouTube memberships, and patrons Patrick, Zodiate, Jonas, Mr. Tunguski, and Christian. So if you want to support me via YouTube membership, you just hit this button that you want to support me. Would be really awesome. You can do this from 99 cents per week. Thank you for watching, guys, and see you next time in virtual reality. See ya.
VoodooDE